Jake asked how much an air conditioner costs, and I said, well, I don't know about that, but setting them up is a breeze.
Oh, you guys almost missed the funny, but you didn't.
I'm so glad I recapped it. Welcome to What About Rob episode. This is actually very funny. So I've been like trying to find a place to record. And the last place, like the host was very nice, but I was like, fuck. But you know what? It's in kind of a weird building. You have to walk up 4 floors. And then I come here. It's the same exact fucking building. It's just in a different address. I'm literally at the same exact place as the last place, but this time
Really?
they just don't have a. I swear to God,
It's like they called it a different address, but it's the same
it's
building.
the same building. Totally.
That rocks.
It's like it's even on a different part of the street.
Yeah.
It's I think the other place was like on a I think it's like a. I don't know, man.
So it's just a different side of the building, so it's technically a different street.
As I was going up a 4th floor walk up, I was like, fuck.
Yeah. You
But-
can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave.
Yeah, it's the Hotel Pa de Casta.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a pretty good pun.
Hotel Podcast.
You know what? So let me introduce my guests. I have Jake Vevvera here and
Hey.
Clay Parks.
What's up?
2 really funny guys. And I'm want to have some friends on because, I'm doing this series where I'm still trying to find out where to record.
Yeah.
And I don't want to I don't want to invite some comics I'm not like really friendly with yet or whatever,
Sure,
and just be
sure.
like, hey, can you, and there's just like some fucking like old like, like a woman who looks like Woody Allen, just like being like, all right, it's 2 basements down, and so I appreciate you guys.
It's in the basement's basement.
I hope you guys. I appreciate you guys helping me experiment with
Anytime,
comedy.
man.
Thanks for letting me get some exercise in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, is Clay gonna be okay? You might have to take the freight elevator. Oh, I'm just kidding.
That would have been so fun.
I want to take a freight elevator. I think I'm losing my mind. I've been taking Seroquel to sleep, and I think it's really fucking.
I've never taken Seroquel.
I
How
think
is
it's
it?
frying my brain. Oh, it's
Yeah?
amazing. I don't take it I take it like once every 2 weeks, but
Okay.
I mean, I go on Reddit and they're like, oh yeah, it'll like melt your memory. I'm like, oh, that's good. That's great.
That's kind of fun. I think alcohol does that if you do it enough.
Well, let's not get into that.
Yeah,
It's definitely the Seroquel I take once every 2 weeks, not the binge drinking.
Do you ever take it while you're drinking the Seroquel?
Absolutely not. I'm terrified of like mixing
Uh-huh.
alcohol.
Anything sleep and alcohol, you just don't want.
Yeah.
I also never feel the need to mix alcohol with anything, unless it's like. I mean, I just don't, especially like anything that makes you, as you said, makes you go to
Yeah.
sleep. Anything I don't know very well.
It's definitely fun.
Like weed and alcohol is kind of fun.
Sure.
It is fun. It's scary though.
Weed and
Oh, okay,
alcohol.
yeah.
No, just anything that makes you sleep and alcohol.
I found weed because I don't smoke that much, and I get really disoriented when I do because I have like no tolerance, and the shit now is like insanely strong compared to
It's too good.
when I was in high school. And stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you're just like a casual smoker, you're like out of your fucking mind after like 3 hits. But alcohol kind of mellows me back out, like it brings me back to earth.
It's kind of like my Popeye spinach when I get too high.
100%. My coworkers
Or
do
when I
that.
get too sober. Alcohol's good for both of those things.
Sometimes, like, I'll take I don't take mushrooms super much, but sometimes when my trip's too intense, I'm like, beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing. Same thing. Yeah.
That's kinda me at
100%.
the-
It mellows you back out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I do a little mantra.
Yep.
I'm like, you're cool, you're funny,
Yep.
you're cool, you're
Yep.
funny, like to just get me back to. Jake,
some
you grip
reason
the
it
mic up a little. Could you guys grip it up here?
Oh yeah.
Both
yeah.
of you
Little
guys.
up here? Up
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you not
we
want
get
us
some
to accidentally turn
some
it
mic
off,
noise
or?
there.
No, it's just a 2-pronged thing where you can hear it.
Oh yeah.
And also
Oh,
it might
gotcha.
fuck. It might also like that's like the one mic actually
Yeah.
like that's the one stand-up rule I ever learned that I like was actually a good practical rule
Sure,
was to not
sure.
grip mics there because it pisses off the hosts
Oh yeah.
because it
yeah.
just ruins the chord a little
Oh really?
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
bit. But that's how you. It's
See, I normally do hold them up here. I was worried about hitting the button. So
Right.
I was trying to keep the hand off the button.
see, fear is the mind killer.
Yeah,
Dune.
yep. Paul Atreides dropping nuggets of wisdom.
Who's Paul Atreides?
He's the
Oh,
guy in
from
Dune that says
Dune.
that.
Oh, okay.
Actually, if you really want to get technical, I'm going to get nerdy on this one. It's the Bean Jesuits that told Paul that, and then he fucking ripped it off like a hack comic.
Yeah, dude.
I
The
appreciate
Bean
you looking
Jesuit
at the
witches.
nerds who it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
There's one guy out there that appreciates that I know that, and I probably said the name wrong. But
Yeah.
Hey.
How about Dune the right thing? And he like and he uses his mind to break into Italian pizza places.
What do you mean extra cheese is $1.50? Ah!
I think I met a black guy named Muad'Dib.
He just goes by Moody, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, you see Moody break into that pizza place with his mind?
He don't like when people waste water, son.
To be fair, that Italian worm was being racist at him.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Doing the right thing, folks. These are the-
But the only thing is,
All right, I'm
Moody
back,
can't
I'm
walk
back.
without rhythm.
Yeah.
That's rhythm is all he knows, man.
Oh, boy. We're off to the races.
Yeah.
Off to the racist.
Dude, they're coming out with part 2 of the remake.
They're
of Dune
making it into
this year.
3 now.
They
They're
are
doing
yeah.
3 now?
Yeah, they're going to
man.
3.
That's exciting, but also
I did like the first a lot. I actually
Yeah.
didn't even think I would.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
I hate that Chalamet kid, but I thought he was
Yeah.
I thought he was
He's
delightful in Dune.
He was a good choice for that character.
Yeah.
Because that character's kind of like that, though.
Yeah,
You
like,
know?
100%.
like a little shithead.
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah. It's a spoiled rich boy that's kind of like he's like 15 or some wild shit.
Yeah.
In the book. You
I
know?
hate it when every girl like slid off their chair for him for like a year or two. Remember
Yeah.
that?
they're still doing it. Even though it like came out that he had like chlamydia or something at one point.
Yeah. I would love to itch because of him.
They're
Too,
like, I
too
can
many
fix
NYC
him.
girls. Man.
It's like, are you a doctor with medication on you? Otherwise, you can't fix him. I saw him in real life. He's not as he doesn't command real life like he commands the screen.
Really?
He's
He
kinda
looks
quiet.
very wayfish.
Yeah, oh, he looks wayfish.
He
on
just
the
looks like a
screen.
skinny small kid.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look like hot to
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I don't know.
They
A
make
lot
him
of
look
that's
bigger
makeup,
on
you know?
screen.
I think he just comes. I think that camera adds 10 pounds shit is true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You know who else is really tiny in real life?
Your penis. Thank
That looks so small on the screen as well.
you. Somehow the camera
Yeah.
loses
The
10
iPhone
pounds.
camera does not add 10
I'm just
pounds
squeezing
when
it
it's-
between the thumb and the index, going, "Where's my 10 pounds?"
We need a Steve Hand jobs, folks, to get our penises up on camera. Yeah, how come that camera adds 10 pounds to everything but my penis?
If anything, it took off half a pound.
It still
What
looks
the fuck?
I thought these were supposed to be film quality.
It added 10 pounds to the rest of me and made my dick look even smaller by comparison. What the hell just happened?
It gave me Grinch body.
What the fuck kind of Stephen King villain is this camera? This is ridiculous. I feel like I'm in one of those fucking crazy house mirrors right now, but not the good kind.
You know, if Stephen King made it today, he'd have to call it they. Doesn't make sense because it is already a gender neutral pronoun.
He's getting canceled from detonating a demon in his own goddamn body.
Oh, dead naming spooky. Ooh, dead name. You know whoever named that. You know, you can never dead name a goth trans person
Yeah.
because they would love it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you raised it from the dead.
Being dead
Yeah,
named
you
is
have
the
to
only way a
alive-
goth trans person can come.
What's that?
You have to alive name.
Yeah,
them.
you have to be like, you're a well-adjusted member of society. Name him or them or her. You can be whatever you want, kids. I was watching some Joe Rogan. You know, have you ever watched these like YouTube videos of these guys who are like, okay, so in 2015, Joe Rogan had on this guest. They're just like
Oh.
these long video essays, like recapping Joe Rogan. They have like hundreds of thousands of views.
I
Oh,
think
that's kinda
I've
fun.
seen those. I haven't like watched one, but I've heard.
Yeah,
of
I've never
them.
watched one,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I definitely know they exist.
watched
Normally,
some
when I
of
want to watch Rogan, I go straight to the source.
You
I
go
get
straight to Rogan.
Uncut Rogan.
You mainline
know?
Rogan.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Safdie Brothers movie, Uncut Rogan. He walks around trying to get people not to take the vaccine.
Or get circumcised.
You don't know what's in there. This is how I box. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know what I was going with that.
Some Rogan video. Some guy
Yeah,
talking
oh,
about
you know
Rogan.
what? I heard a friend of mine. I'll tell you guys this off air. But anyway, yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, you know what? They were recapping this like an episode of Rogan from like 2015.
Yeah.
And it could have just come out today. Like they've been having the same conversations on Joe Rogan for like 7 years. It's
lot of them,
crazy.
yeah, especially if it's like hunting stuff. You know, like what was it about?
Well, they were doing like, PC culture is like out of control, and
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it's like, fighting, and then it's like,
Uh-huh.
and trans people, and it's like, I'm not like a lefty or anything. I'm just like, it's fucking crazy that Joe Rogan's just been the same thought. Like he's had the same
yeah.
thoughts
I'll
for
be honest,
7 years.
It is kind of crazy how long everything that we still talk about right now has been being talked. Because it's not just Rogan. Like I
Yeah.
watch like old media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
from like even early 2000s, where it's like, oh shit, like, damn, people really were talking about everything we're talking about now.
Like what?
Like trans people fucking fighting, whatever.
Non-binary, I feel like dropped lately.
That dropped
That's the new
lately,
one.
and that's kind of like, I think, why there's a resurgence even
And
more.
Yeah, it kind of feels like the
Demisexuals.
the remix though. It's the remix to Ignition of trans
Yeah.
people.
When then pansexual became a thing since then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I listened to like an old Tuesdays with Stories in like 2011, 2012, and they were like, "Yeah, PC culture's gone to
Yeah.
But it's funny how it's like been like this. Yeah,
It's
the same.
so weird. It's because
Because it feels like fresh conversations. Is it just that it keeps getting worse, or is it just like this is just how society is, and there's just not gonna like be a?
Well, I think
I'm
you're
hoping
always
it's the latter, truly.
yeah.
you're always gonna have just things are gonna change in terms of the norms of how to talk about things, and you're always gonna have people kind of these women changing their identities.
I'd say we stopped having the norms about 2 years ago.
If you believe what the government has to say, I think he's still alive somewhere.
That was actually when my former co-host Dalton like had his the first signs of his break was when he thought Norm was still alive and he was going to come back from the dead.
Oh wow!
When the Matrix.
I didn't
movie
realize
came out.
someone actually believed that.
Yeah,
as a
someone I was very
conspiracy.
close to was
Yes.
trying to really sell me on this idea.
Yes.
I would love that idea.
That's one I was really hoping would come true.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's just faking his death the whole time.
Yeah.
He just pops. He comes out with a fucking new special. And you're like, whoa.
Wow, he really is the new Andy Kaufman. Sorry, what were you saying? I interrupted you.
Oh,
Norms.
oh yeah,
society.
yeah. I just think you're always going to have people that are like. Sometimes it's justifiable being like, oh, this is bullshit that we can't say this or this person's getting in trouble for this, and then other times it's just kind of like, well, it's weird that this ruined your day,
Yeah.
Like I remember when you couldn't say tranny anymore. There was some comics who acted like that was every one of your punchlines, and I was like, dude, how many of your punchlines was tranny? If that's your get or done, fine.
I wish it was my tranny.
Woo! And just the whole fucking crowd erupts.
Yeah.
And now you can't say it
It
anymore.
is-
Like, if that's your thing, if you have that many punchlines that are tranny, fine.
I think what was
But-
crazy about tranny was it went from a really accepted word to like, actually, no, this is bad now.
Yeah,
like
very quick.
it felt very
RuPaul on
quickly.
that.
very
Yeah.
quickly.
They snapped on RuPaul. They were like, "No, you can't say that."
But can't RuPaul? But it would technically
Really?
RuPaul's drag, so
Yeah.
I guess it's a different thing.
Yeah, RuPaul said it, and they were like, "RuPaul, come on now."
Yeah, RuPaul was like, if there was one thing I thought I was going to get canceled for, it would not be this.
Yeah, isn't that RuPaul's whole shit?
Yeah. Like, what do you?
So RuPaul can say the N-word, but not tranny? I don't get what's going on here.
Is
Nothing
RuPaul
makes sense.
felt like the Emperor when Darth Vader picked him up and threw him off that fucking bridge. Like, what are you doing? I thought we were what? I thought we were boys or ladies or something. I thought we were something.
The trans community was like, good. Star Wars: A New Penis.
Darth Vader is trans.
My old
Very
cock
funny.
returns.
I like trans Darth Vader.
Trans Darth Vader's pretty good.
Is Darth Vader a woman now?
I don't know where to. I don't know where to start on.
I
that
see
one,
the
but-
woman in you.
Yes, queen.
There we go. All right, I'm escaping the serial quill.
His lightsaber is rainbow colored, and it fucking has little glitters.
There we
that
go.
shoot
Jake
off.
is really carrying the team on this
Yeah.
on this riff. Fucking. But yeah, I think that's the problem. Is like they expect everyone to get the memo when something's bad very quickly, or you're bigoted like immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that to me
Yeah.
is the part where there's an element of it to where it feels like it's sort of a gotcha thing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's where I feel like people are kind of justified in being annoyed. But for the most part, I'm just sort of like, I'll call trans people whatever the fuck they want. I don't give a shit. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't ruin my day. I
Yeah.
don't, you know.
In bed, folks.
Yeah,
Jake
right.
fucks trans people.
That's right. I mean, for Christ's sake, for years they've been giving me 3 times the blowjobs for half the price. I
Hey.
mean, what am I gonna? I'll call them whatever they want.
I've been, yeah. But that's what's so funny, like about the affirmative action stuff. I don't mean to drag you guys into a political, but it's like,
oh yeah,
Sure,
that's
sure,
fun.
but because it's like Asians.
I'll goose step with you, Ben.
Yeah,
Let's
there
do
we
it.
go.
Let's do it. Let's get ourselves canceled
Folks,
5 years from now.
I gotta get the Patreon up. We're leaning into some far right ideas. No, but like the thing, like what kind of crushes a lot of the arguments against is like it was Asians who were like petitioning to get rid of it.
Yeah.
that.
So
the
you
school
can't-
one's kind of a different thing.
So
I
you
feel
can't
like.
make an argument for it because it also discriminates
Right.
against another minority.
Yeah.
So then it turns into oppression Olympics, which is like a slippery slope, right?
It's a weird argument where you're fighting a losing battle when you're going. Listen, we're just trying to make it right for all the minorities out there who have not been privileged like white people. Also, get your Asian asses out of here as well. Like it's just
Yeah.
kind
The
of like
Asians
whoa,
are beating
bud,
white
like,
people. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, they rule.
shout out Asians.
They're coming for us real good.
Yeah, because then the liberals have to. Because I only say that also because I listen to a lot of liberal media and watch a lot of it too.
Yeah.
And they all just conveniently ignored that it was like an Asian thing.
Of course.
None of
yeah.
them even mentioned that.
Well,
Right.
none of them want Shane Gillis on SNL now, retroactive.
Yeah. Ironically, the Asian that was another Asian. Yeah. But yeah, so then they have to defend affirmative action. They say like, well, look, but you know, not the smart minorities.
the
Which that's like a liberal
That's
racism
crazy.
in itself,
That
right?
is
Yeah.
literally what like liberals are.
there's that
though.
kind
Yeah.
of
They love
condescending
that.
thing that happens on the left sometimes, where it's like, what do you mean you're taking the highest test score? What about all the black and brown people? Like, what do you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of like this ain't the one. I like the spirit of what they're doing, but this
Yeah.
ain't the one.
It's-
This
Yeah.
ain't the one.
Well, it's honestly it's a lot like a lot of things in the Constitution that they should get rid of. Whereas like when it dropped, when affirmative action dropped, it made sense, and now it doesn't
Well, right.
make as
Yeah.
much
And
sense
I get
anymore.
it in a lot of places because a lot of places what you're actually fighting is sort of a racism through nepotism, where
Right.
it's let's say in a firefighting department or something.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know. My dad was a firefighter. His dad was a firefighter, and it's like, yeah, but that kind of goes back to the time when they were only hiring white people. And
Right.
so,
Yeah.
like, if
Sure.
you kind of need affirmative action to break through some of those barriers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where it gets dicey for me is the test score thing, because you'll hear like Joe Biden and stuff who say, well, we're not letting unqualified people in. We're letting it's like, okay, so they meet the minimum of qualification. Like you're
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
Harvard, it should probably be the highest test scores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there is a situation where it's like, well, but all the black and brown schools are shitty in this country. Well, fix that, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
should be
Look,
the goal.
these black guys, they don't know better. They don't know how to read or write. None of them. I talked to them on the
Right.
street. The Supreme Court justice, I had to teach her how to read. I had to read her a bedtime story.
What do you mean you got to be literate to get this job? That's racist. It's like, no, it's racist what you said. That's racist.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I tend to think it should just be like a meritocracy, but I get, but I'm just saying it like I just but it really just because then I got in an argument with like a friend of mine about it. I was like, all I'm trying to say is I think it's like kind of bullshit that all these mainstream liberal media sources are just ignoring the fact that it was an Asian person's
Yes.
lawsuit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like
It's a disingenuous thing.
that's like
Yeah.
a Tucker Carlson thing, like to just
Right.
ignore a big part of the story because
Yeah.
it's inconvenient to your narrative.
It really is, and that's why this one is kind of like the thing where it's like, all right, well, yeah, in general, I'm for affirmative action with most things. However, if we're talking test scores and getting into college, and I mean, it should kind of be based on the test scores, no? I mean,
Yeah.
that seems like one of those, and the fact that it was an Asian person's lawsuit, and you know, it's mostly Asian people they're keeping out because of this.
Yeah.
It kind of flies in the face of what they are trying to do. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, it just feels like World War II all over again. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
You know, first they can't get into colleges, then we start rounding them up.
Folks, go see Oppenheimer in theater to see how that story ends. You
Now
see,
that was a guy that could have used some affirmative action.
yeah,
you know?
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
So is he American or was he German? I actually don't know.
I want to say American. I could be dead wrong on this. I don't know.
I mean, he was American. I mean, he was American, but I was like, was he from Germany originally or something? I don't know. But you know what's funny? You guys see Owen Benjamin tweeted out that that atomic weapons aren't real.
like,
No.
Yeah, he was like, how could there be cameras of the footage if there's an atomic bomb?
well,
Well, you know, he's right. I'm stumped.
I'm with Owen Wilson on this one. I think all the people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki were
Wait, what was it called?
in Nagasaki, right? That's how you say it.
I think it's Nagasaki.
Nagasaki. There you go. Okay. I almost dropped the slur on that.
Yeah, I think that's from Black Dune. I think that's from Dune the Right Thing. I think that's what they called an Asian guy in Dune the Right Thing.
I invented a new slur on your show.
That's what they called Tiger Woods.
Anyway, I was going to say that all those people were crisis actors, but then it got way more racist than that. I liked it.
I love making it way more racist.
Yes.
That'd be great if they were all crisis actors, just disappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where would they go? We saw you disappear. Where the hell did they go?
They a different island, man.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
How good does Owen Benjamin think CGI was in the 1940s? Right.
Right.
Well, I don't know, because the moon landing.
Do you think that's fake?
I don't care enough to have a real opinion on it. I think it's funny to say it's fake.
It is funny to say.
Because I went to an air show in Oshkosh, and Buzz Aldrin was there, and he actually physically assaulted a guy while being there because he said that the moon landing was fake.
He punched
Oh,
the
that's
guy.
so cool.
And they got that on camera, right?
And it is,
it's
and
pretty
it's
funny.
The fun he fights literally anyone who says it to him too.
Really?
That
More
rocks.
than one.
Buzz Aldrin's the fucking
dude,
man.
he fucking it's so sweet, and he's old as shit too. So he shouldn't be able to
he's
do
an
that.
astronaut.
But
Those guys got to be in shape.
he's he's a motherfucker, dude. But I think it's very funny to say.
Because your
that.
name is Buzz.
Yeah.
You can't be a pussy if your name is Buzz.
That's right. You really can't.
You gotta
He's
have
an astronaut named
cool.
Buzz. He will fucking deck your ass.
Imagine being a pussy named Buzz. Like, oh no, fighting's not for Buzz. I'm sorry. The dad's like, God damn it. I thought by naming him Buzz, he'd be able to fight.
My name's Buzz, so they beat me up and they cut my hair real short.
Yeah.
It's a nickname that I got from always having no hair.
I love that. That's such an old guy thing. Just to be like, you've disgraced my honor, so we're going at it right now.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's kinda
sick.
the
I
best.
love that.
Yeah.
Because also, don't say that shit to Buzz Aldrin's face.
Yeah.
No,
That's
yeah,
fucking
'cause
obnoxious.
If you think about it, man, what was it? Apollo 6 or one of those things, the fucking thing lit on fire and all the astronauts died, right?
Oh,
like
the
an early version of
Challenger,
that.
right?
What-
Yeah.
The Challenger was later, but there was
Oh,
an
there
Apollo.
was
one of the
they burned to
Apollos,
death.
yeah.
There was an Apollo where they burned to death on the fucking like not a runway, but the launch pad.
Oh,
You know,
man.
so it's like you got to think. That was only like a few years before Buzz Aldrin. He probably knew those fucking guys. So
Oh, yeah,
these
for sure.
friends of his burned to death so that he could do what he did because they were like, well, I guess this is how we fix it. And then it was sort of like a lot of those guys were probably drawing straws to see who got to go earlier. And, you know, I'm sure he would have at some level known some of those guys. There couldn't have been a ton of astronauts back there.
Yeah.
So it's like his friends burned to death. And this guy goes, man, it's all actors. It's like, oh, really? Crack. Like, I fucking get it, man. Plus, those guys got to, like, sit in their own shit. It's like, oh,
I mean,
I
he
risked
literally.
my life for that.
It's not dissimilar to going down in a submarine to see the Titanic. Like that's
right.
You know, you risk your fucking life to go do that.
Yeah.
It is funny to die going down to see the Titanic, though.
I
that
mean,
was
that-
like a tragedy, but god damn it, it's so funny to me.
I only felt bad for the fat Pakistani kid. Everyone else, I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are we doing
The
here?
19-year-olds you got to feel bad for, but
That
everybody
one
else is like,
stinks.
what are you doing? What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Well, I just think it's like not enough money to go do something. They accumulatively, like out of those 5 guys, it was maybe like $1 million spent to go down there, and
Sure.
it's more dangerous to go to the bottom of the ocean than to go to space.
Yeah, I read
Yeah.
that too.
And
yeah.
it's $55 million
people
to
have
go
been
to
that
space, like
far
to
now,
go to
too.
space.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, 54 more million maybe. Let's see if
Well-
it's a little bit better. Like they,
Right.
I think they might have had a Groupon, is what happened.
I think
got the
from the
cheap
text,
submersible.
some of
I
those
mean, they
texts,
got an Xbox controller. You know?
some of those texts
crazy.
leaked to that CEO guy was like he was like a pushy like car salesman almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there was a weird quote that I heard from him where he basically
Stockton Rush.
he was being asked why nobody on his team worked for the Navy ever, and you know, like that's the gig where they go down in the submarines.
Yeah.
Like I don't know of any other fucking job where they're doing that, at least super deep. And his answer was, he tried to make it like almost like an affirmative action, like progressive thing, where he was like, well, I just don't want a bunch of, you know, like old white guys from the Navy. You know,
Yeah.
I want like younger, more diverse. And it's like, wait a minute, how about a guy who's not an old white guy from the Navy? Like, that's not the
Yeah.
only people in the Navy. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah,
You
honestly,
know?
it's the affirmative action argument all over again. You
And-
know?
but
Just
the
hire
thing is-
qualified people. I don't fucking.
But that's the
Get
thing is
more
he's
Asians in
he's
there.
but
Yeah,
that's
honestly.
not what he's doing. He's not doing a thing where he's like, I only want to. he's making it seem like he only wants to hire like minorities, when actually he doesn't want someone from the Navy, because someone from the Navy is going to be like, oh no, what you're doing is dangerous right now. Like, because they did have 2 engineers that quit.
Yeah.
Because they were like, hey man, for how deep you're going, the hole should be this material, not this material. It should be 7 inches instead of 5 inches.
Yeah.
And you know, they just fucking bounce. So if you get somebody from the Navy who's been doing that for 20 years, they're gonna be like, hey, no, we're not using a fucking Xbox controller if we do this.
Right. Yeah.
And this is what the hole should be like for this depth and that pressure. And at best, they're going to quit. At worst, they're going to be like, hey, you either scrap this thing and pay for a good one, or I'll report your ass to whoever you report them to.
But
you know?
then how are you supposed to sell tickets for so damn cheap?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I'm shocked at how much he thought he could get away with just by like cutting costs and shit. I mean, he must just have like the sleazy car salesman mentality, just born into an infinitely rich person.
Well, I think so, and I think it's sort of like a Theranos kind of situation where, of course, everybody thought she was telling the truth about these blood tests, because who's out there selling fake fucking blood tests?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, who's selling fake shitty submersibles that go down that far?
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, of course it's going to work. Like, no one is doing rinky-dink versions of this, but I guess the guy was.
And
you know?
and the videos that I've seen, like of him talking, he's definitely one of those guys like so confident. He's like, oh yeah, we don't need. We can use the controller. We don't need anything more than that. And that confidence. I mean, I don't know if he believed his own bullshit. I think maybe you do at a certain point.
He went down with him. He fucking died
That's
down
true.
there.
Yeah.
He had to have believed in it.
That is awesome. He died down there.
Yeah.
I'm actually really happy that happened.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah.
It's
'Cause
kind
he
of
would've
sweet to believe in it so much, even though you know how dog shit it is.
Uh-huh.
Holy fuck.
He
It's
really
like the Wright brothers, except that he failed.
Yeah.
Like in the worst
Yeah, no,
way
his mission
imaginable.
was not noble, unlike the Wright brothers.
Yeah, and the Wright brothers were like, hey, seeing as no one's flown before, how about we start with 20 feet off the ground, huh? I could fall 20 feet off the ground. Then you go, let's go 300 meters up in the sky and just walk off a cliff with this motherfucker.
And also, as you said, it's better to go up than like to the. It's better to fucking fly than go to go that deep in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts that they even tried to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, only James Cameron's done it, I guess, or something
right.
to gone that
He's
low.
done it so many times.
Yeah,
he loves
He's
it.
done it a bunch of times.
I love all the gossip he was getting and talking about on CBS News. I don't know if you watch his
He was
interviews.
being a little motherfucker.
He was like,
cheeky,
like,
dude.
you know, I heard on Monday, actually. I heard, like, way before anyone ever
digging
saw it, that, you see, I'm a member of the deep diving community. And I was like, wait, back up. There's a fucking community? Is it a Facebook group? What the fuck? And then he's like, when the news was on, they're all looking. I was looking for it. It was like chickens with their head cut off. I knew they'd imploded already.
That's so cool.
He's just all giddy that these people are dead.
Well, they leaked the transcripts, and they're saying it might be. They don't know if it's legit or not. Of like the sub's last communications, and I guess it checks out with like Cameron was like, I got a copy of the. No, I guess he was like, he had some detail that he would only have known from reading these transcripts or something.
Really?
Coming from a screenwriter.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, we know he can make up a story, so I don't know.
No.
if I take
Avatar
his
2
word.
sucked. He's going a little too much into visuals lately than a good
Which
story.
is kind of crazy to me
I didn't
because
see it.
I haven't seen it either, but he's so good at sequels. Rambo 2.
I think he's just had a psychotic break with Avatar, and he's just making these dog shit movies and spending like 20 years of his life.
I never saw the first one, man.
First one was sweet. It came out on
Yeah.
my birthday when I was in like 8th grade.
Hell
That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
I think I was in coming. I
It
think
was
I was in high school.
It's
I don't
basically
even remember.
Pocahontas, if you've ever seen that. Or if you've ever seen, what's that one? Fern Gully.
Yeah.
It's the same story.
I mean, it's
I've seen
literally
those
just
for a long time
the
ago.
second one, there's like no. It's crazy these movies make billions of dollars and like no one can remember any of the characters' names or
Yeah.
even like really what happened in them. I mean, they're just cool visuals. I remember there was a pretty sick whale in it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2.
Oh, yeah?
I like that whale. That was a cool ass
I
whale.
do like sea monsters.
It was Lizzo. No, but it was. No, it was a good. It was. I like the whale.
Her test came back. She was roughly 50% that bitch and 50% crack.
Yeah, there you go.
They're making a new movie about Krakens.
It came out already.
It is? Is it
The
good?
DreamWorks movie.
Yeah.
that's
It is the biggest bomb in DreamWorks history. Fun fact.
Wow.
My friend
really?
saw it, and he's actually a pretty left-leaning guy, and he was like, "It is like annoyingly woke, like how they
Goddamn.
wrote it and stuff."
That's
Really, 'cause
Um,
that would, dude. H.P. Lovecraft would be rolling in his grave because he invented the Kraken.
That's
and
so
he was
true.
Such a racist.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
named his cat the N-word. That's
He
true.
did. I didn't know that. That rocks.
More like hard R Lovecraft.
Yeah. I'm
That's
working-
funny. That's a great point. Yeah, I guess like it's like very like elemental. I guess I mean they're doing this a lot with these animated movies, and I guess Hollywood in general. Because like I watched
Yeah.
Lightyear, the Pixar movie, like a
Oh
year
yeah,
ago.
was that good?
Well, they just give him like a black woman best friend. I'm like, ain't no Buzz Lightyear having no black woman best friend. His name's Buzz. God damn it.
His name is Buzz. He will punch you if you're a moon landing truther,
Yeah.
or if you're a black woman. Like that's what he does.
Well, it's just like I mean, I keep talking. Not to harp on this, but it's just like when people are like, "What's the definition of woke?" I'm like, that's what it is. You're just lowering your standards and making things worse
Yeah.
for the sake of like including this like diversity thing that I
Yeah.
don't even think you really believe in the first place.
You know what woke movie was good?
What?
The one where they went to the moon, where the black ladies were doing math.
Oh, I
that
know.
movie
yeah.
was great.
Oh,
It had
yeah, yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
Costner.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
What was it? Hidden Figures?
Yeah, that's what it was called.
That's something Lizzo will never have, a hidden
Yeah.
figure.
She was in that movie getting punched by Buzz Lightyear.
That'd be great if they go, that's the compound media version of Pixar. They just have Buzz Lightyear punching black women.
Just chugging old bottles of Aunt Jemima before she was all skinny and woke.
Yeah. I use Aunt Kumia on my pancakes. Same bottle, but it's just him in blackface.
His pronouns are the N/word.
His pronouns are FN. He says that a lot on Twitter. He's like, these FNs. I'm like, what the hell does that? What is that? I have a lot of guesses for what FNs means because you're also attaching a video of black crime statistics. He's just saying the N-word on Twitter. It's pretty cool.
Is he just hitting that right
He's
now?
hitting it,
That's
man.
pretty crazy.
He settled down for a while when Elon brought him back, but he's just going.
Yeah.
He's going at it now.
I mean, he's kind of on his own pirate ship now.
Yeah.
So they booted him off Sirius for racism. I guess this is now that he has his own
Yeah,
thing
he's just
and he
doubling
calls
down.
Compound. He's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
gonna fucking keep doubling down, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how do you go, I guess.
And
And he's got enough money from Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, I guess he just
really
doesn't care about having a mainstream career.
Yeah.
It's just so funny that I feel like he like look at what Shane Gillis did after getting fired. He didn't double down, right? He's like
Right.
Yeah, he was like,
he's just himself basically.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I feel like Ant kind of doubled down, but that I don't even. But I'm almost like that must mean that you like really believe in it. To like, I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
attempt to get another job in Hollywood ever.
Oh
again.
yeah,
Yeah.
But it's also different too because Shane Gillis he still kind of wanted at least to sell tickets more or less mainstream. I mean, he's got a
Right.
conservative lean, but like
Right.
that's not
But that's
what most of his
fine.
material is
Yeah.
about. It's not
Yeah.
a Nick DiPaolo situation where like it just has a heavy political lean to it.
right.
And then also Anthony Cumia had, who knows how many tens of millions of dollars from Opie and Anthony, where it's like
Yeah.
the man never needs to work again.
Right.
He
Yeah.
could just buy his own island and scream the N-word at the gods all day long.
And you know what?
For the
I
rest of
think
his
he might
life.
be happier than Shane. he might have won.
Well, yeah, but Shane's still got like a big stand-up career in front of him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
And
he's
got-
already one of the biggest comics.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, man.
He's
I mean,
got
yeah.
everything in front of him, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
Except for SNL. But
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What if he goes back and hosts? That'd be pretty funny.
that'd be
He
sweet.
probably could.
But see,
He would have to do a nod to Norm going and hosting, though.
Yeah. That'd be. I mean, he would. Yeah.
Because that's one of the greatest monologues of all time.
Have you heard that Norm's
yeah.
idea was just to
was
walk
awesome.
walk off and not come back after he did that monologue?
Yeah.
oh wow, yeah, that would have been awesome. That would have been
Eh.
fucking wild, man. But no, I think he's better off now because people were like, oh, this guy is actually funny and we want to support him now.
Yeah.
And then also he was able to get the Gillian Keefe sketches like really kind of elevated to the next
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think a show like SNL, like even though they did hire him, I don't think they would have really put him front and center, and I don't think they would have really let him do his thing the way he does it.
No.
sure.
Yeah.
Because it does have more of a political lean now to it. I'm not saying you can't be funny with a political lean. You very much can.
I
but a guy like Shane Gillis on a show where if the wrong guy wins an election, we have to have Kate McKinnon dress like Hillary Clinton and fucking cry and cut herself.
Yeah,
and sing Radiohead.
Trump
like,
getting elected really did fuck up SNL.
It
I mean,
did.
not that it was ever great, but it became like
It
this
was
like
in the 90s. It was
political
awesome.
thing.
It was
Yeah,
awesome
they had
in
Norm
the,
on.
even in the early 2000s.
yeah.
too. I mean, with like
It's a
Lonely
fucking
Island and
iconic
stuff.
show.
Oh my God!
sure.
I'd even say through like 2013, like when it was like Kristen Wiig and Jason Sudeikis and Andy Samberg
yeah.
and all those
Yeah.
guys.
And
It was solid
it's
for a
still
long
got
time.
its points now.
I think
you know?
social
Kate
media-
McKinnon's pretty good on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You know.
Social media ruined it too because it used to just like go on the
Yeah.
air and then it was gone, rerun on Comedy Central basically.
Right.
Now it's like everything. Everyone sees every sketch and it doesn't matter when it comes on. So they used to be able to put like
Sure.
more edgy shit at the end of the show.
Right.
And now they like
yeah.
one of their final sketches like it was like Will Ferrell like threatening to like rape people as a
Oh,
boss.
that was great.
It was-
He used
that's
to
right.
just say the N-word on.
Yeah, Robert Goulet.
Yeah.
So that was my whole thing. I can't believe. Okay, Shane's getting canceled for saying that word off podcast, but Will Ferrell has said the N-word on SNL.
Yeah.
So that.
Right.
So maybe these PC complainers have a point. Like I do feel like everything kind of sucks right now, especially comedy wise, like in mainstream.
Sure.
But you know, there's still good movies and shit. But
I think it's always kind of stunk though, because I mean, like even Sarah Silverman had that whole thing with the same word
right.
as Gillis, and
Yeah.
you know, Bill Maher, you know, did
Yeah.
his fucking
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
with David Spade, and
I think it's just because
Whoever the
everyone
fuck
sees
else.
it now, and it becomes a bigger story, so people are
Yeah.
more afraid of that kind of thing.
well, it's just because of social media. Social media spreads everything like wildfire, no
Yeah.
matter what.
People are
so.
more sensitive to that too. Whereas
Yeah.
it's not like 20 years ago. People were less sensitive to like racial humor, gay humor, things like that. I mean, not like gay humor, but like homophobic humor, right?
Oh yeah.
Whereas dirtier stuff would get you more in trouble. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like I mean, Janet Jackson's nipple slipping for half a second at the Super Bowl, if that,
Yeah.
would not be in Congress today.
no,
You know,
right.
wow, that's a
like
really
that,
good
Yeah.
point.
That was
yeah.
in Congress in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
90s. I mean, or early 2000s.
And
around
violent movies used to get really
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And now it's
Yeah.
just like
Now we can have as much
Right.
sex and violence as possible, but God damn it, don't you dare be racist or homophobic.
Right.
folks. It
That's the
seems
thing.
to me that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
That's right.
What about
Where-
good old-fashioned values?
Well, that we used to deny.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Is that what they say? That we used to deny?
That we used to rely.
That we used to
Yeah,
rely.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But no, if you think about like George Carlin did those 7 dirty words, which
Yeah.
it's not like it became that way because he said them. He was like, these are the words that I've noticed you can't say on TV ever.
Mhm.
Notice the N-word? Not one of those words.
It's not.
The word
I
fag,
noticed
not
them.
one of those
I
words.
I went to
Like,
school for
you know.
radio, and I remember there was like a whole rap block on the radio station I worked at,
Mhm.
and they would edit all the songs of all the swear words, but they'd keep the N-word in there, and I was like, wait a minute, is that? And they were like, technically, the FCC cannot say that that's a bad word,
Right.
and I was like,
Right.
that's crazy.
It was because years ago it was just all dirty words and like involving like sexual stuff for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, or like shit.
Yeah, you can say that you're pissed
no.
off, but you can't say that you're getting pissed on.
Right. Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Wow. Oh yeah, right. You know what? After 9/11, they actually banned a ton of songs, and it's actually a very funny list of some of the stuff they
I
banned.
remember hearing this.
Like you couldn't
on a show I
like
used to
anything that
work
was like explosion in in the song or like
Yeah.
we're gonna blow up. Like
There's
some
it
really
was
funny ones
weird.
in there.
Yeah, yeah, they were going over those. I used to work on a show on Sirius called Debatable. It was on a channel called Volume. It was like music talk and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, we would interview like musicians and like music journalists and things. And I didn't know about that. I didn't know they banned a bunch of songs after 9/11. But yeah, some of them just make your fucking head spin to where it's like, wait,
I
why
I think
did
Sirius
this
was
one?
different. This was like it was like an FCC thing.
No, that's what they were
Yeah.
talking about. I just mean
Okay.
they were talking about this on
Oh,
the
gotcha,
show.
gotcha, okay.
On
Yeah.
like terrestrial radio and stuff. And they were just going through lists of the songs. And it was like,
Yeah.
wait, who's making this list? And how are they?
Just some fucking old ass guy from
Yeah.
like Kentucky, like, well, we can't have Eminem say "Without Me" because now we're without the Twin Towers.
Yeah, it was ridiculous shit like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
What do you guys think about, speaking of social media, this new Facebook Threads thing dropped today?
Oh,
I don't know what
dude.
that is. I've heard people talk about it. I feel like an old man.
I've been trying to keep. I'm worried about Twitter going away because that's like the only thing I'd like do. So
I have a few friends who, without Twitter.
I jump on every new like Twitter copy that they have, and I
Yeah.
jumped on this
Yeah.
one like last night, and it's dog shit, but it is so fun. It's like
Yeah.
the first one that
Really?
I like actually liked.
Why do you think is fun about it? I honestly think the design's a little better than Twitter's. Like it's kind of like cleaner.
It's I feel like the user interface is like really poorly like it needs to be better, and I think it will get better, but I think just right off the jump it feels like what Twitter first was.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Which I like a lot.
Just jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, does it have Anthony Cumia typing the N-word in caps lock on there? If I can't reshare that, I'm not interested.
We need
honestly.
that on there. Because right now what it is it's like all these Instagram people who left Twitter and stopped using their words and started posting pictures. And so now they're like, oh, I can use my words again. And it's like, don't do that.
It might, but I feel like that format is just going to it's just going to turn into Twitter again where it's like toxic and fighting.
Oh, absolutely.
Right now everyone's having fun with it because like a new toy.
As long as they keep like messages and group chats out of the mix, I think they're going to be pretty solid on keeping a lot of toxicity out of there.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, if you keep the community as not a community, I think it'll make it a little easier.
But I feel like Twitter, the problem is just like anyone could be like, fuck you, you piece of shit, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
For some reason, Instagram, it's like, because there's not that element of everyone sees it, you have to like go to that,
True.
People are like, people only like interact with people they already follow and like.
I got a death threat today on Threads. That was fun.
Nice.
That must be a record.
It was awesome.
Within half a day of being on a platform.
I was like, let's fucking go, dude. We made it.
What was it?
It was just someone saying that they were going to fucking clean my ribs off, and if I breathed, it'll
Why?
puncture my I don't know.
What did you?
Who was it?
Wait, what did you say to make him say that?
I don't even remember what I said. I didn't say anything
Jake, you're
crazy.
victim blaming.
I said something stupid.
Were you blacked out and just
No,
threatening?
I was just posting jokes. And it was like totally unrelated to what I said, and I was just like, all right, cool. We got like the weirdo posters coming from Twitter on here. This is gonna be fun, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? All the people you blocked on Twitter are gonna migrate over the threads
They're
and like start
back,
trolling you again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe they'll just do better. I don't know. You know what's funny? Because Elon was like, well, that's actually a problem. It's actually better if things are more hateful and negative. And Instagram, everyone's too happy.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, no, that sounds great. If there's a version of Twitter without like, I don't know, all that bullshit, all that stuff that's awful about Twitter.
Some of it's kind of funny to just kind of point and watch a dumpster fire sometimes. So I think you got to have.
I already have more
a place for it,
followers. I have like a lot of followers on Threads already.
Really?
I've barely posted. Well, just because they have everyone follow all their Instagram friends.
Oh, cool.
So
They trick people
I
into
should get,
doing that. I skipped
yeah,
that option
there's
because
a
I'm
lot-
a genius.
I
Check
did
out
too.
some Threads.
I skipped it too. But I have a lot of people. I'm like, oh, that woke comic friend that I met once in 2019 followed me. They're not gonna like this,
Right.
You know.
Right. I'm
But
I'm just quoting Anthony Cumia the whole time on Threads.
I'm
They're
just,
gonna hate this.
I'm just gonna turn my account into screenshotting what Kumia says on Twitter and
then
just posting
posting
it. Yeah, like what people did with Trump.
Kumia updates.
Yeah. But we put little asterisks over just like one or two
Yeah.
letters,
Oh my
to
God.
just get past the algorithms.
Oh yeah.
The algorithm seems weird too. It's not there yet. They're not getting people for anything crazy yet. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
You can be a little racier and not worry about them getting you
Jay
right
Singer.
now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see, because a part of me just thinks, I have two thoughts. One, I think Twitter, I don't know, Elon's really fucking it up bad in a way that I feel like people are kind of jumping ship in a
He
way.
fumbled a bad bitch.
I don't
and now
know
he's
why the
fumbling
hell
app,
he
dude.
messed with the blue check marks. That to me, it's like that doesn't seem to have anything to do with why you're buying it or.
He was just
anything
trying to
that
like
you're doing.
troll journalists, basically.
I mean,
it was funny that for like a few days to see them
Yeah.
all like panic about losing their checks.
but then put it back and like because that now like it's not just journalists that don't like you that like the blue checks and that need the blue checks. It's like, well, you know, I got to see, is this person actually tweeting me? If I'm booking stuff, for example, for a show, am I booking the real person or am I booking some troll? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like everybody in anything that's remotely related to the entertainment industry kind of needs those check marks to be accurate. And so by doing away with that, it's like, well, all the celebrities are going to bounce, man.
Oh, yeah.
If they can easily be faked like that, they don't want They don't want to deal with that.
I just feel like the algorithm is a lot worse now, and it's buggier. Like the experience it just feels less.
It's not
smooth.
as good. It's really going down the toilet, which makes me sad because I like that app a lot. I'll use that garbage until
I
it
was
dies.
never on it a
but
ton, honestly.
You're really funny on there. I really like your tweets.
thank you. A lot of people don't like me on there.
I think. Well, I think you're really funny, and then also sometimes you'll tweet things that make me laugh because I'm like, why would he tweet that? So it hits me on like both levels of my like desensitized and genuine brain of things being funny.
Yeah.
Follow on Twitter, Han F Job, and I
Yeah.
think if Threads becomes a thing, a lot of your people will migrate over.
Yeah, I'll be on Bitch Respecter over there though.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you guys have inspired me. I'll get on Threads at Jake Vevvera.
I got on there only because I was like, I just want to get on there early because I know Instagram's gonna tell everyone to follow me.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Once I saw that it was doing the thing where it's like follow everyone you follow on Instagram, I was like, yo, I gotta be on there.
But then I saw that it wouldn't have mattered when I joined because there was already a bunch of follow requests. So all those people who had already joined who are on Instagram.
Nice.
I don't know. It might be better. Yeah. I don't know. I'm interested because I feel like every Twitter clone has kind of fallen.
Blue
Yeah.
Sky stinks ass.
Mastodon.
Yeah, Mastodon.
I didn't do Mastodon.
Truth
Was that-
Social.
did
That's the only good
Truth
one.
was
Yeah,
sweet,
it is.
dude.
It is.
That one was
Yeah.
fun.
Actually, it's still pretty sweet.
Uh-huh.
I remember getting on Parler when Parler first popped out.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
I made a real account and then I made a burner and I tried to see how fast I could get the burner suspended. Pretty quick.
Really? What'd you
Yeah.
do? How?
I don't want to talk about
No,
what
do
I
it. Do it on mic, dude.
because it's really bad.
Uh-oh.
What did you?
Just spamming slurs, saying
Oh.
as much hateful shit as
There you go.
possible.
There you go. That'll do it.
Because I was like, yeah, it's free speech,
Yeah, right,
you know?
yeah.
Like, let's see how free this is. Fucking
That was
as
so
soon
corny.
as you hit.
Didn't
know.
Kanye buy it or something, or he was going to?
I remember him talking about that. Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
It's so hard for me to keep the Kanye news straight.
He's been laying low lately.
Yeah.
I heard he's
Yeah.
been making music with Freddie Gibbs, in which case all is forgiven.
That's cool.
Do you guys think he would come back, Kanye? I don't think so.
I don't think in the mainstream,
Right.
like he won't have the shoe deal again
Mm-hmm.
because no big companies like that are gonna fuck with him. But I think he could still come back and make music and not be like where he was before. but I
Right.
think he
Yeah.
could
He'd be like
something just
Louis C.K. kind of.
kind of like Louis C.K. and I the thing with Kanye is
Now that's the guy who fumbled the biggest bag of all time.
Well, I
Yeah.
think he did it on purpose, though. He hated the Adidas shoe brand
Yeah.
because they were stealing his ideas.
yeah.
I
And
just think
so
he's
he
rich enough to he just said fuck it, you know.
Yeah, I think that
and
might have been part
He
of it.
burned it
too.
all down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's
probably
like,
hated.
I got enough money.
He
to
was like
say
a
fuck everything.
Kardashian character, so he's
Yeah.
probably just like,
Yeah.
fuck this.
It's
He's
hard to come
pissed
back
off.
He was
from
like, too many
anti-Semitism, though.
girls like
Yeah.
me. I was actually listening to some black guy talking about getting famous. This is a long time ago, like 2013 or something, 2010. And then he was like, "Yeah, when I entered the business, a black guy more famous than me said, look, you can pretty much get away with anything if you're a famous black guy, except you can't be homophobic and you can't be anti-Semitic. Those are the two things they get black celebrities on."
Sure.
Yeah.
and that's true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would say.
I mean,
Fucking DaBaby and Kanye.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
the baby real good
They
when
got-
he was like, "I know all my fans, even the gay ones aren't dirty."
Although I guess he got in a bunch of crimes and stuff too at the same time.
Yeah,
I think
really?
one or the other
Okay.
they could have had. It's kind of like T.J. Miller. It's like he could have gotten Me Too'd or called in a bomb threat, but because
Yeah.
he did back to back,
he did both.
you can't be on How to
did
Train
both.
Your Dragon
because,
3.
Because
Yeah.
the one thing makes it seem like you probably did the other one too. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like, wow, all right, well now I'm seeing patterns.
You
of
turn into
behavior.
a serial criminal
yeah.
Yeah.
instead of a
He's just a
instead
Bond
of a
villain.
guy who did an oopsie.
Yeah.
I'm just grabbing and blowing things up.
Oh yeah, time to blow up this train. Yeah, he was in that train movie, that train disaster movie, fucking Unbreakable or whatever. No, Unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Oh, I never saw that one.
It was that Denzel? Was it Denzel?
Yeah, it was Denzel.
Okay, we're gonna stop this train. You're gonna stop. I can't
Dude,
do
he
it.
was in another train movie.
Unbreakable's a
taking
train movie, too,
a
though.
remake.
Oh yeah, there's
uh,
another train crash.
Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
T.J. Miller was in that.
No, Denzel.
Denzel.
Washington. Yeah,
Man, is he autistic or something?
Denzel?
You get a train movie, I'll be in it.
I like trains.
I like trains. Training day.
Oh no.
That's why I took it. He's like, wait, there's no trains in this movie? I signed on to this movie. There's no fucking trains in this?
He starts opening the door over and over again and fucking counting to 7.
All right. Rain Man ain't got shit on me.
I can cart cards. Don't tell nobody.
See, sometimes you can't do an impression, but the bit's funny enough that it carries
I
the
definitely
team.
can't do the impression for shit.
I can approximate, but unless I have like a really good voice to it,
Yeah.
I can't. You have to have a funny bit on top of
Uh-huh.
it. This looks like an open mic sign-up box.
I was going to say, are you pulling
The
topics?
Vino Theater.
Are those
Nice.
stickers?
Can we do an open mic here?
Vino Theater? It's like a wine thing?
Imagine putting a bunch of people in this tiny room.
Making a bunch of fat open micers walk four flights of stairs.
Oh, it's like a wine thing. It's like a whole wine themed thing in here.
Hey, open mics are also wine themed. All these guys are whining about their lives. Anyway,
I hate my wife.
It's never a good year for them, though. I'll tell you that.
I Hate My Wife. I actually think Mike Racine's a great throwback to I Hate My Wife comedy.
Dude, I love Racine so fucking much.
Me too. He's the man, and his social media presence just makes me laugh so much. Yeah, my wife's she's a dumb bitch, and I hate her, and they're probably gonna kill my whole family in about 6 months.
Oh man,
he's really carrying the I Hate My Wife comedy.
that's pretty awesome.
It's such a great throwback.
You need a good throwback to that.
Because that was all comedy was for our dads, right?
Oh yeah.
Married with children. Like every comedian was like, my fucking bitch wife.
I walked into the shoe store today. Yeah.
Do you think that's just because people got married too early or something?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think so. It's because when you had your midlife crisis, you'd been married for 20 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So people's like, oh fuck, I had to marry the first woman the woman who was just like next door to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the first woman I ever knew.
So I think it was just a common part of the midlife crisis is like so much of that whole thing is like what could I have done different with my life?
Oh, I got a midwife
What if
crisis. She mid as fuck.
Yeah, but like if a big part of that is going to be your spouse, like what if I'd married someone different? You know,
Right.
if you're questioning everything about your life. So
I like the idea of gay guys getting to a point where they're just like, my husband, let me tell you, this fucking guy.
Well, gay guys are smart because they're all in open marriages.
Yeah.
So it's like if you
that's
get
the way
sick
to
of your
do it.
husband, you go fuck
Yeah.
up, fucking suck all up and down the block, and then you're like, all right, whatever.
The lesbians will come back with I Hate My Wife comedy. big
That-
time.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
And they can't get fucking canceled for it. You know what I mean?
No.
They can go. They can go hard into the I Hate My
You
Wife.
guys see that
comedy.
Hannah Gadsby
She
exhibit?
just-
The Hannah Gadsby exhibit?
I
Wait,
heard
no,
about
no,
it. I
there's
didn't
an
go.
exhibit.
It's called Pablo-matic. It's at the.
It's about Pablo Picasso.
It's about. It's
Really?
at the Brooklyn Museum.
Yeah.
It's about how Pablo Picasso is problematic.
Pablo.
It got a really hilarious write-up in the New York
What's
Times.
it got to do with Hannah Gadsby?
So her big thesis in Nanette is about how Pablo Picasso she took down a painting of his because he's like problematic
Oh, I didn't-
because
What do you-
he was just like bad to women, like nothing criminal, but he was just like
He was
cheat
like
on his
every other
wife.
guy who does stuff.
I was gonna say, dude, like 150 years ago, whenever he was doing that, yeah. I mean, as
He's
long as he
woke
wasn't
for
yeah,
that
like,
time.
what are we talking about?
He's like every other guy.
He's like, yeah, he's like, you know what? I think it's wrong to rape. And like, okay,
Yeah.
Mr. PC.
Whoa.
That would be like getting mad at a founding father because he said people should stand at a national anthem and like he's racist or whatever. It's like, do you realize who his colleagues are?
George
like, what are you doing?
Washington would be pissed at Colin Kaepernick right now.
I've been watching John Adams. Yeah, that's my thing about people go after the founding fathers. Like, before that was just kings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, I am the Duke of this land. You give me all your women now.
Yeah,
like that was their predecessor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think the kings had no slaves?
Yeah.
Like,
Everyone
you
was
think
the
the
king's
kings
slave. Yeah.
weren't racist?
The kings only had slaves.
It's about
That was, Yeah.
I was watching John Adams. You guys watch that John Adams show?
No, I haven't. I don't
Uh-uh.
watch TV much.
Well, it's very funny because it's Paul Giamatti as John Adams.
Oh, that's
and,
great.
And the whole time he's great in the role. He kills it. But the whole time I'm like, was John Adams this fucking ugly? and he's like the whole time it's
so
like,
why you had to make all that beer to get women drunk to fuck them?
yeah. He's like, yeah, well, all right, okay. I'm not going to war with France. I don't care who's. You're bullying me, Hamilton. Stop bullying me. Okay, fine. All right.
We're gonna fucking get yours, Hamilton.
I hate my son. I hate this guy.
Wasn't John Adams like 5'4"? He's like a little dude.
I'm like, the only way they would have cast Paul Giamatti in this big thing is if he was fucking ugly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
there's
know.
no way.
Yeah, he might have been like fucked up looking.
There's paintings of him. He's all smoking hot.
No,
It's
is
like,
it a
what the
Yeah, he's so sexy.
fuck?
John Adams is in fucking heaven like, they fucking cast Paul Giamatti? I was hoping for fucking Matt Damon or something.
this fat fuck Henry VIII got Jonathan Rhys Meyers. What the, how did I get Paul Giamatti?
Dude, I would have taken fucking Lin-Manuel like Hamilton.
even Henry VIII's armor in the fucking American Museum of Natural History has diabetes. What is this shit?
My favorite part is Hamilton tries to bully him. It's funny because Hamilton in this looks like such a jock asshole. So it's very funny. Actually, that's the best punishment he could have ever gotten. Is just like his legacy is like a doopa 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 doo and a doopa. Hey, king, get out of my way!
Yeah.
Ha cha cha, ha cha cha. Hey, everyone. And on a serious note, we all love Hillary Clinton.
Bro, they made a musical about me down there. You seeing this shit?
The whole time Hamilton's like, yeah, you should invade. You know who also doesn't want to invade France? A bunch of pussies. He's like, I'm not falling for it. And he's like, oh yeah, you would. Oh yeah, no, it's great, you're king. How much did you win by again? 3 votes. He's like, get the hell out of here.
Oh, that's fucked
I'm
up,
getting
dude.
vote shamed. I'm getting
Oh,
vote shamed by this guy.
It was close, all right, but I won. I won, all right.
I'm the second president. Yeah, you're not the first.
He trolled him for that too. He's like, don't pretend Jefferson is more popular than your bitch ass.
I was watching a thing about the first election. That took a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Like 9 or 12 years or something
Really?
like
Well,
that.
because it was like
Ah.
succession, they had to like get the votes, and they're like,
Yeah.
and a lot of them were like, nah, I don't want to do
Well,
it.
yeah,
They,
they
they
were all, like-
waited until they got all the votes, and
Yeah.
so I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, because they wanted to make sure that it wasn't like it was like there were like the Federalists and then the like states people.
Yeah,
And the whole thing was like, well, how are we going to get George Washington to win? That was the whole
right.
plan the whole time.
Yeah,
You think Bernie got fucked?
Yeah.
Sam Adams. Oh,
Right.
no, they took me out of the DNC.
Dave.
Bernie really was like the John Adams. Like, should have won. Should have won.
Yeah, Bernie should have played John Adams. Bernie, if you're watching.
I'm John Adams. He doesn't even try. He's just like, I think 1% of the colonies control 90% of the tea. This is stupid.
We've taken it away from the king to give it to 1% of the population.
Well, so,
All right.
so what's funny is it's a very deliberate and like historically accurate show, and
Yeah.
it's very good, but it's like very much like a prestige show. And then I threw on The Patriot, and that was just Mel Gibson killing people with the American flag. And I was like, this is the two different kinds of media, and I think I like The Patriot more.
Yeah.
I like how in The Patriot, they made him like a woke plantation owner in South
No,
Carolina.
his slaves fucking
Yeah.
love him.
The slaves are like, hey, why do you love this guy so much? Aren't you his slaves? No, sir. We got 401ks, and we can come and go whenever we want. It's like, oh, I'm sure that's how it would have gone. Why make him a plantation owner? Why not just go around this whole thing and be like, I'm a cobbler.
Yeah.
I make shoes. And yes, it's just me working here. Totally not a bunch of people living in a shed behind here that can't leave.
I was watching and super entertained by it. I mean, I knew it was kind of like over the top, but I was like, why do people hate this movie so much? Because I was on like Letterboxd, I was like, my friends' reviews was
Yeah.
like low, and then it was like the plantation guys being like, we're so happy to see you, Matt. And I'm like, oh god, okay, this is why it's getting low ratings.
And it's so funny because you know it's so easy to kind of look at now in 2023, go like, yeah, I think people put a little bit too much of whitewashing and this and that. I think people are kind of overblowing it. And then you watch The Patriot, and there's a bunch of slaves just cheering every
And
time.
it made
he
like
fucking
$700
comes
million.
home. And you're like,
It's
wait a
because
minute.
Mel Gibson's character gave him Juneteenth off every year.
On this here plantation, every day is Juneteenth. Like, no, that's not how it would have gone. That's not how
I
it
do
would've
love
gone.
that Mel was like, no, we're doing a revolutionary war where we've got a Southern hero, and he doesn't object to slavery like Tom Hanks in that movie. Like,
He's a plantation owner, but one of the good ones.
Yeah.
You can never make that. You can never make it now.
hey, it was directed by Roland Emmerich, so technically LGBTQ cinema.
Hey.
Yeah, he's gay.
No.
Roland Emmerich.
I
He
didn't
directed
sweet.
Independence Day.
Oh.
The other Independence Day movie.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
He's a gay guy.
Did you know that the Wachowski brothers are sisters?
Yeah, I knew that. That is funny that they both transitioned. How does that happen?
It's kind of sweet. I don't
Yeah.
know. They're twins, right?
No, they're not.
Oh, then I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, Did they both transition at the same time?
No,
then
one
the
of them
other?
transitioned first, then like a few years later, the other was like, I'm trans too.
Because
I remember for a while there were their filmography. The first few movies are the Wachowski brothers. Then they were just the Wachowskis.
Yeah.
And now it's the Wachowski sisters. Although the last Matrix, only one of them directed.
Yeah.
Really?
The other one's like, I'm fucking out of here. Fuck this.
The last one was pretty good though.
I didn't like it.
I watched it like 5 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd you like it?
I didn't like it the first time, so I kept watching it until I
Until you liked it.
Yeah, and I eventually realized
You Stanford prison experimented yourself.
Well, the whole thing, I realized the whole like overarching like theme is basically like, yeah, I don't want to direct this movie at all.
Yeah, I was wondering.
This movie stinks.
Yeah,
and it's all about the latest
new one, the
Matrix
reboot.
one. Yeah, it essentially like
Did
the
I
theme
see
is
the
like
reboot?
this is
I don't
dumb.
think I did.
Right.
Here you go.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
I wasn't
fun.
sure if the
I never
meta
saw
stuff
it.
was intentional or not.
I think it was. At least
Okay.
that's how it felt after I watched it.
I'm gonna rewatch it now because I just thought it was like so like why would why wasn't Morpheus in it? He's like the
They didn't have Lawrence Fishburne in it?
yeah he's
No, yeah, they
That's
didn't.
fucking wild, man.
yeah that's weird.
At least have him do a cameo.
That's
you
like
know?
doing a Bill. That's like doing just a Ted movie, no Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
They did have a different black guy play.
Yeah, something like
Morpheus,
cool
though.
young gay black
Ted's
guy.
mediocre
Which
adventure.
is kind of sweet.
Yeah, I mean,
They had Lil Nas X as Morpheus.
you want to see me morph for real?
I'm gonna take this pill to the Old Town computer. I'm losing it. I had a very strong start of that parody.
If you think Morpheus's pill did some wild shit, take this.
Take the estrogen pill.
Yes.
I have 2 pills: testosterone or estrogen.
You come to, you're giving a lap dance to Satan. Oh, I never should have taken Little Nas X pink pill. This is fucking wild.
All right, so we're at an hour. Could you guys do a Patreon episode, or if you don't want to stick around that long, we could just go a little long on this?
Oh,
I can chill.
I can. Is it
whatever.
like a full hour? Because I got to get back by like 7:30 ish.
Okay. Well, why don't we do another episode? And you could just leave whenever you need. Oh, do you need to
Okay.
leave like now?
Like
Now?
fairly soon. Yeah. Sorry. I
Okay.
thought I was gonna do it right now.
Okay. All right. If you just want to chill, Clay, we could do a Patreon.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't
All
realize
good.
it was like a 2 hour.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't really.
Yeah.
I thought it was just gonna be an hour, but then you guys were so prompt, and I'm like, okay, why don't we just do 2 hours? Then?
Yeah, no
So-
worries. No, I mean I could do like an hour and a half. I could do like another half hour.
All right. Well, why don't we just do
Alright.
why don't we just do another episode, and then you could just bounce, then me and Clay could bring it home for a second episode.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
cool,
All
cool, cool.
right, great. All right.
So I'm bouncing now, and you guys are just going, or
No, you can just
Oh,
you can just hang out for
gotcha.
the first part.
Yeah,
And then just
yeah,
leave
yeah.
whenever you need to leave.
I'll just leave in like a half hour.
For
Sweet.
now, what do you guys have anything to plug?
I don't know when this is coming out, but if it comes out before the 16th of July, I got a show at the Stand in the main room.
We call that Juneteenth too, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a show at the Stand in the main room. Get some tickets. Follow me on Instagram, Bitchrespecter. That's in my bio. So
Sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
follow me at Jake Vevvera on all socials. You'll see my stand-up dates there. You'll also see my podcast. You'll have character debates. You'll have Love Gurus. And Character Debates also has a Patreon with bonus footage. Love Gurus is live on YouTube every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
I just love Gurus. It was a ton of fun.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
follow these guys and
absolutely,
everything. Both hilarious guys. So all right.
Yeah.
And
Check
subscribe
out
to the
the
Patreon for
Robbie
an extra
episode.
episode. All right. Thanks, guys.